All right, y'all, what's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to another Saturday night episode of SWAC Smoke. Y'all know how we do. This is our post-game show. Something that I guess we kind of just then took on now from a one-time thing. It's kind of like a I don't know, I won't say every weekend thing, but it's kind of a thing that we do now. And we just come out and kind of chop it up about the games. Mainly we talk about our team games on this show here. Now we do talk about the other games a little bit, but mainly it's a place to kind of recap every game that interests everybody. So y'all know the usual suspects in the house. We got the big soldier over there. We got Mr. Rattler Jerome in the house. So, both these guys celebrating homecomings. Both got homecoming victories. How y'all gentlemen doing tonight?
Pretty good. We're doing pretty good over here.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I had fun.
Oh,
I'm mad it's over.
yeah, this is James Hill, and I hope everything was well in Tallahassee because everything was doing quite lovely in Jackson. Talk about Jerome. Jerome, talk about homecoming and the victory over Texas Southern.
It was a festive atmosphere. The Rattlers came out early, established themselves in the first quarter, offensively and defensively, not letting Texas Southern get across the 50-yard line. And the offense was moving the ball pretty efficiently, putting points on the board. But the festive atmosphere, I think, caught up to them a little bit in the third quarter. They came out unfocused, and they gave up two quick special team plays that kind of turned the game around for Texas Southern to put them in the ball game. But then and Richardson threw some had some interceptions too. But then seemed like they got their focus back in the fourth quarter and pulled it out. But it was good.
Hey, it
Charles,
don't get no.
Charles,
Yeah, yes, sir.
can you talk about the play of T-Set and how did he overcome the adversity with the big win against Alabama A&M?
Well, first off, I thought he got off to kind of a rough start. He was like 2 for 8 for like 25 yards in the first quarter. But the one thing about T-Set is he's a guy, man, that's not gonna let too much get to him. He kind of stay even keel the whole time, and he just kept his nose on the grind, man, and just kept on pushing. He got a couple good runs in there to kind of get things going. And then he hit a couple big passes on a touchdown drive through a nice touchdown to another Baton Rouge product, Darren Morris, to get a Jag. The first touchdown led him to a field goal drive, and then two big scores in the second half gave the Jags the lead. Now A&M, they don't fold, and that was some more adversity for T-Set to get that ball at the end with the offense and drive 75 yards for the game with the touchdown. I thought that was a good series of plays from a young quarterback. So I think the future is bright for him, and I do think that there should be no more controversy, no more quarterback carousel after this. I think after this, you live with whatever he gives you, good and bad. I think he earned it because A&M, they was fired up the whole game. Their defense played well and offense played well, but I thought he was, he had the guys believing in him, and he stayed and worked hard, man. I think it was a good effort for him.
Follow-up question. Let's talk about the play of Xavier Langford. And is this the last game that we see Connell Maynard as head coach of Alabama A&M?
Now, I'll say Langford is a guy, man. He's a playmaker. His legs are good, and he can hit you with a deep ball if you kind of get caught up on him running. He made 1 or 2 bad throws. The offensive line kind of got him hit a little bit, but I thought he stayed in and he battled, man. He ran for almost 100 yards in this game, and he was one of the main reasons why they stayed in this game. Now, I can't really say that this is the end for Coach Maynard, but I don't think that they trending in the right direction. I think this was a game that they had to win to kind of keep pace, not to win the East, but to kind of maybe put yourself in the third place, finish somewhere like that. But now you're sitting in fourth place, fifth place. Right now, you're sitting in fifth place behind Bethune-Cookman, who you beat. So you kind of in a bad spot right now. So I don't know. I don't know where they go from here with him. But I do think the seat is pretty hot. I think he's gonna survive the season, but the off season, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a different matter.
Yeah, I really agree with that. Uh, so Jamie G, I'd like to know what's your thoughts about the extension cord that was used in the game against UAPB today, and also talk about TC in the contract extension. I see he's going to be extended to 2028. How do you feel about that? Just total domination, James. It was really just a domination on both sides of the ball. The game was over at halftime. It really was at halftime. I mean, there's nothing much you could say, but he was really never in it. And shout out to Coach Hampton. He tried his best to rally his troops, but it was just pretty much the same script from last year. It was just extension cord to ass, and hopefully he, returns back to Pine Bluff safely and enjoys the rest of his season. Now, as far as TC getting a contract extension, I think it was a good move. You want to keep a good coach there, and to build on the future. And also, it has stability and security. So, you can rest assured a lot of your players will be able to stay there.
Hey, Edwin, I know you don't like to see a happy rattler, but you got a happy rattler tonight. And the altitude is too high for them Jaguars on that 7th hill. That's why y'all keep losing up there. Altitude too high.
We got to figure out something, man.
Excuse me, Mr. Jerome.
Yes, sir.
This is James Hill again. I have another question I'd like to ask. Talk about thick 36, 37, and 38. Were you able to locate any of those individuals tonight? Was it a advantage in FAMU's win?
Nah, I mean, thick 3800 is always in the building, but it didn't play a part in tonight's game. The football team came out, like I said, in the first quarter. They was focused. Thick 3800 was dancing and doing the usual stuff that they do inside of Bragg, but it didn't have any effect on Texas Southern football team. And Texas Southern brought their band down here. Yeah.
Talk about the band performance. How was the halftime show, and is the Ocean of Soul really the #1 HBCU band in the whole SWAC?
The Ocean of Soul is loud and they sound good. They got nice arrangements. They didn't do a 5th quarter for whatever reason. I don't know what was going on with that. But the songs that they played in the stands that I could recognize, they was good. But I got my same complaint about on the field. They came out, did they little 6 lines, made they triangles, and then made the stage for the girls to dance and the flags to twirl. So, but that's what they did. It was good, but it was kind of hard for me to hear because I was on the back side of them. But I could hear them nice and loud and clear when they was playing in the stands. They was nice and crispy.
But I'm gonna say this though. Shout out to UAPB's band. I really enjoyed their halftime show, and they did their music selection in the stands. Really was entertaining. They made some strides from years past. Like that band sounded really good.
We highlighted them early in the season, if y'all remember that.
Right.
The info is underrated, man. That's one of the bands I like.
Yeah, we highlighted them early in the season. We on the cutting edge here at SWAC Smoke. We always
Oh
on the
yeah,
cutting edge. I told y'all in this summer that Bethune was gonna beat Grambling in Daytona. I told y'all that too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you said that, but you also said Grambling gonna win the West. I ain't gonna let you forget
Yeah, well, yeah.
that.
Grambling is eliminated.
Sometimes I can't see everything. So
so
I can't
sometimes
see,
it get a little it get a little
Yeah,
foggy, huh?
yeah, yeah. I have to take some poetic license in it, but
Hey, we all
but yeah,
human, you know what I'm saying? We
I,
all entitled to one miss.
I was, but I ain't keep up with nobody's score until FAMU got the game under control. We was all happy and dancing, and they come out there, they run the FAMU score, then they run a kickoff back, and not all the way back for a touchdown, but a good return. They end up going down scoring. They kick the ball us. We run the kickoff all the way back. We kick the ball off to them. They run it all the way back. You know what I'm saying? So it was like back and forth like that. Old Bragg had to come back out of the party and get back refocused. Cats was leaving, going back to the tailgate and all that kind of stuff. But they had to refocus back in to get the game, pull it
Yeah,
under
that happened.
control.
That happened at the J State game. They left after halftime, and it seemed like when a lot of the people started leaving, it like kind of the energy went down because Jackson
Mm-hmm.
State kind of started playing a little bit. They didn't play like they did the first half, so because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
score but 10 points in the second half, and like that game could have gotten
But
really, really, really ugly. So it seemed like Jack State keep dialing back instead of just keeping their foot
Keeping
on the
their foot
gas,
on it.
man.
That's been a
well,
theme this year, man.
Uh-huh.
Kind of, you
and
know what I'm saying, letting your foot off the gas.
Well, FAMU, I don't think they let their foot off the gas. They do the Willie Simmons. They do the self-inflicted stuff. They
Uh-huh.
have stuff be self-inflicted, like interceptions and un, just crazy unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. 15-yard big ones and stuff like that. Uh, we did have a Junior Meritovic sighting today. We was hoping he was gonna get in there earlier, like to get at least a whole quarter to get some burn. But they put in a bunch of backups, receivers and running backs. I want to say the dude named Wicks. I know he transferred in late, but he looked pretty good at the end. But it was I guess it was probably backups at that time. But I would say Henry opened up the playbook on FAMU. Coordinator opened up the playbook. They started running more, doing more plays, being a little more creative, and coming out of his bag a little bit. We did get a rushing touchdown finally. I don't know what the
Hey,
stat was, but
it about time, man. I'm tired of saying that every week. So
yeah,
I'm glad
yeah,
y'all got that.
yeah. We was able to get that, and Richardson missed Pruitt. Pruitt been getting involved. The tight end Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah.
He was like preseason second team SWAC or something like that at tight end, and he hadn't been getting a lot of burn up for whatever reason. And these last two games, he been making his mark felt out there on the field. He had another one that was just missed. Richardson overthrew him by a little bit, would have been a touchdown. So
I wanna throw out a couple numbers from this game, just
Uh-huh.
to illustrate how the score don't match what happened on the field. Really, um, TSU 7 first downs. They had 111 yards rushing and 53 yards passing, 164 total yards. That's a dominant defensive effort. Um, so with the special teams playing everything, that kind of shifted things a little bit. But I didn't get to watch the game. I'm gonna see if I can go back and watch. I watched some of the fourth quarter, but I'm gonna see if I go back and watch the rest of it. It don't really seem like they was in the hunt too much. What was your
no,
thoughts on TSU, Jerome?
real vanilla offense. It looked like to me. They quarterback looked like the quarterbacks we've been seeing the last few weeks. Uh, Other than Jackson State quarterback, but um, I really wasn't real confident in them completing no passes. You know what I'm saying? Even though they did, but it wasn't enough to have you really scared. They scored on the short field, and then he did throw a touchdown on like might have been 4th and 19 or something like that, and I guess it was busted coverage or whatever, but he dumped it right over the linebacker head, and dude kind of walked into the end zone. But if you near the receivers, he wasn't gonna complete it.
Yeah, that's been my biggest complaint about TSU this year is they offense. They have zero. I mean, they want to run the ball, but it's so vanilla. You like they coach like you playing like you got a non-conference game, then you got a big game after that, so you don't want to show too much. They coach like they trying to hide something. They don't really do a lot of imaginative stuff. They got athletes on their team, but they don't really get them the ball in a place to make anything happen.
They had a receiver did a back shoulder on Boulder in the end zone for a touchdown, and he might have been the same dude that caught the touchdown on the 4th and 19. Is either 8 or 0 or something like that.
Let me see who that was.
Well, yeah, he he looked like he can be a playmaker because he and Boulder was matched up 1-on-1, and he back shouldered it easy.
That was McKinney.
Yeah.
He been getting some burn of late. He had the 2 catches for 2 touchdowns, 33 yards. But they got guys like Trenton Leary who got pretty good speed, catch the ball. Jaron Johnson is a guy who I think they don't utilize at all. He's a tight end, but he could split him out wide. They don't really get them the ball to make any plays, and like they just try to line up and run at you and run at you and run at you. They don't even, run any counters or nothing. They just like line up and try to run at you. And I don't know what they thought this was. I mean, I know SWAC football ain't great, but you're not gonna beat nobody with that kind of offense, So
you're right.
I think they got a lot of readjustments to do. But I do want to ask.
In my opinion.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Big Soldier.
I you know how I feel about Dishman, and I think he's gonna end up running off a lot of talent, man, because the way he want to play football and stuff, and it just he gonna run off a lot of that talent. Because I feel like they're never gonna win with him. I see that already. So and then so he continue to go at the rate you're going. You're not gonna be at that TSU long.
Yes,
that's straight up.
It's tough. I do want to ask Big Soldier. Did you watch any of that game?
Which one?
TSU and FAMU. Did you see any of it?
Nah, I didn't get to watching it because my phone in the Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium, and I have C-Spire, and it absolutely is ass. Like my reception does not work in that stadium for some odd reason, and I don't understand how C-Spire is a sponsor for JSU athletics, and my phone does not work in there. Like it should be. They should at least have in-stadium Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Everybody should have that at this point.
Yeah.
You should have that at this point in the game. Like it should be C-Spire or hotspots in there where people could be able to stream social media and do other things while the game going on. So, shout out to C-Spire. Maybe one day, maybe I should switch to cricket. Maybe cricket will work in there.
Man, something, man.
C-Spire ain't gonna work in that period.
But the only reason why I asked you that was because I wanted to know. Well, maybe I don't know if Jerome was able to see it from where he was, but I was trying to see what the HC sweatshirt out tonight.
Yeah, that's a great question, Jerome. Did Chris Dishman have on the HC paraphernalia, or was it Texas Southern paraphernalia? That was a great question, Charles.
I don't even know. I don't even remember looking at that cat, man. I don't even remember looking at their coaches. I remember looking at like number 31. I think that was their running back on the sideline, and I I really didn't pay a lot of attention. I was videoing the band a lot, all over by the drummers. I was I was all over, and it was hot as the devil out there today.
And you know
But
what? And you know what, Jerome? A lot of people probably don't realize who the head coach is for Texas Southern. The
I,
head coach probably don't even realize he's the head coach.
I saw them down there, but I ain't paid them no attention. I mean, it was like a party for real. It was like a day party in that stadium for real. It
It
was
sure
crazy.
was hot. It was hot. It was hot in Jackson.
Yeah, it was hot,
It was hot.
but it was a good time. Y'all saw I got there early and stuff,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it was so. Then we just broke down all that junk, all them tents and chairs and food left over. It was. You see, I'm sober and work
How?
all. They work all the drunk off you.
Hey,
I'd be ready for a regular tailgate. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, when it be a regular game, we have more fun. This was like,
this is a
feel like
job.
community service. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be
no,
right.
bro.
You, you can't go into community service inebriated now. You got to be focused.
Speaking of that, man, being sober and everything.
Yeah,
How do
man.
you feel about people walking around the tailgate in the stadium, liquor bottle, and they ain't drinking?
They're just carrying it.
They just carrying it, and then they pass it to their partner. And the other partner, he just walking around with the bottle. Got it
So
for?
Mm.
they they just stunting with a bottle. Man, I
Yeah,
think that's
that is exactly what's
this
going on.
ain't
I seen
this,
a lot of that going on today.
bro, this ain't the club, man. This ain't bottle service. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We you bring out a bottle, we drinking. Yeah, you pass it to me, I'm opening it up. So we gonna
Well,
get.
first you got
We,
to sneak it in, and you know we gonna pass the football underneath our legs. You
oh
know,
yeah,
while we sitting down, it don't never come above the people in front of you back. I mean, that's just old school rules on the bottle. It get once you get it in the stands, it go across the whole back row up there. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be walking around like that on
oh yeah.
display.
Hey, and I keep the little short boys with me, and my wife put them in an eyeglass case. We just pop them over, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in stunting with no bottle, bro. Like I said, if you bringing it, we drinking that. So
I
it
I did see the motion. I did check the motion out. I was looking for my favorite forever dog is Danielle Stamper. I was trying to catch her, but I needed some binoculars. I couldn't really make her out. But she is my favorite one ever. Y'all see I know her name.
oh yeah,
But, yep.
that's top notch, though. That's
Yo,
important. You know what I'm saying?
you know who I'm talking about too, don't you, see Wells?
Well, I know a list of them, but I'm gonna say this now, and this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But one of the, I I'm trying to say this and be okay. I don't know if I don't know how many of y'all know Gracie Perkins out there, but that lady is like 70 something years old, I think, man, and she finally some of the 25-year-old girls out there, man. She was one of
Gracie
the
Perky.
you
God.
hey look her up dancing dolls from the old school, bro. She was the health teacher at my high school, and all the coaches and everybody used to be chasing her, man.
I
But
ain't even gotta look her up because I know she ain't got nothing on that Miss Stamper. I'm not even going to waste my time in Google gigabytes Googling.
I bet James Hill know who she is.
I definitely know who Gracie is. She's a wonderful young lady.
Yeah, she was the founder of the Dancing Dolls. But anyway, I just that lady is always she's a great performer too. So just give her props. But I wanted to touch on a couple other games if y'all gentlemen don't mind. We kind of then
Yeah, go ahead.
ran through ours, but we can always circle back. Since we all won this week, it's all good. Valley almost got them one, man. Coach Wade came up just short. 17-16. Led that game 10-3 for a good while.
What they scored on the last play of the game or something like that, or last minute to bring it to a 1-point game?
Yeah, they scored with about a minute and hold on, I'm gonna pull up the I want to get it right. They scored with like a minute and 47 left in the game. And they let's see what happened. I think they tried to go for 2 and they didn't get it. I think they went for the win.
Mm.
Yeah, they scored on a 20 on a 13-yard. No, they scored on a 24-yard pass, and then they went for 2 and they didn't get it.
Edwin, we not gonna lose the Valley, bro. You why you gonna even speak that kind of stuff out? You be
Valley ain't
tripping.
gonna win a game, bro. Valley ain't gonna
Yeah,
win
I
no
hate to
game
say it, but
from now on,
they
man,
finished. They finish is rough, so I wish they had a easier finish to their season, but
it's gonna
Jackson
get even
State,
worse.
FAMU, and them probably gonna be coaching for his job. So I that's a tough finish to your season, man. So
Adrian, Alcorn the only school we ain't beat yet, but they coming. They coming. Something about that Mississippi been kind of elusive, but we gonna straighten it out.
If
y'all
A&M lose the Valley, if they lose the Valley, man, they gonna leave Connell in. They gonna leave Connell in that cornfield, bro. on everything. He gonna be standing right there on highway up there. It'll be the 82. They gonna leave his ass
82.
on 82 if he lose the Valley.
They can't lose this Valley. That
Yeah,
if
they
Valley
can't lose
break
the
the
Valley.
street, if Valley break the street and brag, man, that'll be ridiculous.
No.
Yes, indeed. That's a celebration, but it ain't gonna happen. But that would be celebration worthy. I don't care what I'm doing. If Valley break that streak, I'm going live as soon as it happens. But that ain't happening. That I can't even pretend and speak that in existence. Their best chance, like I said, is against A&M. But it don't get easy for them, man. I've been saying it. They had their chances for wins and they missed them 2 games. So it was gonna be winless if they didn't beat either Pine Bluff or Bethune, and they lost to both of them. So I don't really see them getting a win. But if they were to beat Alabama A&M, that game against FAMU on that next Friday gonna be ugly because I know the boy gonna quit if they come in that game off a loss to Valley.
I hope they quit. I don't
I
want
don't
no
even think
fight
they gonna
in
have
them.
it in them.
I don't want no fight in them. I want them to be sorry as ever. I want them to be
Man,
done already fishing or whatever, when they come to Tallahassee. Because I know I probably won't make that game. That's Black Friday. I want to say Florida and Florida State play that Saturday. So the hotel room's stupid. It's just not a good situation.
but I got to say this: if Valley would have beat FAMU and Bragg, which we know that won't happen, I know for certain that would not happen. But if it did happen, I would go up to Mississippi Valley State University myself, and I will personally tell Kendrick Way, I'm sorry for calling him for calling my old boy from Valley, and I would never in life refer to him my old boy from Valley if that happened.
Hey,
I promise you, I would do that.
and I don't want to put this on the Rattlers. I don't want to put this on the Rattlers, Jerome. So don't think I'm doing that. But if that
Oh
was to
boy.
happen, bro, we're gonna have a burial for that phrase, bro. We gonna have for
Yeah,
old
that'll
boy
be
from
a that'll
Valley.
be a hit. That'll be a hit show right there. I'm sure.
His
Not
That'll be
not
name
good for the
Kendrick
ratings.
Wade,
not
and
not
I will
not
personally invite him on the show and tell
not
him I'm
not
sorry.
it's only fair now. Y'all played him the week before, so it's only fair to give y'all the same treatment now. Yeah, Valley get fired up for JSU. You
They
you
do
know
and
it.
they do.
You know it. They gonna come out in the first quarter trying to bust y'all heads.
I hope
Yeah.
Don't
somebody
let
get to
you
him.
don't let y'all be the ones that lose the Valley now. You know what I'm saying? So they when Valley focus, they get that little extra oomph for energy. But
I hope
like I
somebody
said,
get him.
like I said, man, I don't see it from Valley this year, man. You know, I think they don't get themselves, and I know why they do it, but they don't give themselves a chance to get started, man. With that, you know what I'm saying? Even though they playing FCS games, they don't play no easy teams out of conference, and that
Uh-huh.
already puts you behind the eight ball going into conference play. Like, I mean, even last year they played Delta State and got beat to death, and they
Yeah,
lost to
that's
Central State, which should have never
yeah,
happened.
that's what I'm saying.
But
But they lost to these two teams that's
yeah, and
really
bad,
sitting
you
on
know what
their
I'm saying?
same
So
level, and it was bad still.
it's just I just don't I think they don't give themselves a chance to make nothing happen, and they find themselves in the middle of the season trying to squeeze out a win, and then they fall up short. But I did think they played well in this game, man. Like I said, I'm this is another one. I'll probably watch this one tonight. Sit back and watch it for the first time tonight because it was 3-0 for a long time. Then Valley got up, and they just couldn't seal the deal. Um, but that's the kind of team they are. You know what I'm saying? If you don't play clean, they can hang around. Um, but they couldn't get it done. Um, let's see. We kind of talked about Groundling, but I want to talk about that game a little bit more. Um, I thought Groundling was gonna run away with this game for a while. Um, they was up 14-0, and then they were up 21-7 in the third quarter, and Bethune scored
Mm-hmm.
the next 17 points. So Grambling offense, just I see a lot of people. I see some people complaining about the offense. That's what that is. I mean, that that's what he do. That's what he do. The
Did
man's
he blame
broken
the
right
refs?
now,
Was it the
and
refs'
not
fault?
today. Wait till tomorrow. Let's see how the let's see how the press conference go tomorrow.
Yeah,
hopefully, hopefully he don't. Hopefully he just take this one and put it on him and his guys.
right.
Because that this is a game that you can't lose. You know what I mean? And that's no disrespect to Bethune because I think Coach Woody trying to I think he's trying to work his magic and get this team right. But if you're Grambling and you feel like your team is supposed to be in a better position, you cannot lose this game. And to go out there and lose it like you did, kind of similar to last week, that's just not a good look for them. So it don't get no easier for them this week. I think they got Bama State this week. Um, so it don't get no easier. But they gonna be in for a rough finish to this season.
My
We,
bad. My
we we lost
bad.
you for a
I
second.
need to put my glasses on.
We good. We good. Um, the last game that we
Now I
got.
can't hear again.
Let me know when you right. If you let me know when you
Dang.
can hear.
You can hit wrong.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right, just log back in.
I hear
Um,
you though. I hear you
yeah,
though.
we could hear him, but for some reason he can't hear us.
I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, yeah, he'll come back in. Um, Bama State and Alcorn, man, that game got pretty good late. Um, Xavier Vaughn went out with an injury though. I don't know what happened to him. So hopefully he okay. But this game was a pretty good game, man. I watched most of the second half of this game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Bama State offense hit a lot of big pass plays against
Right.
Alcorn, and Alcorn just couldn't, with Xavier Vaughn going out. that kind of took a little bit of steam from them. But because he a guy who can really make things happen running the ball. But they hung in there. But I think the defense kept them in this game more than the offense was able to do a lot. But it was a game that both teams needed to win, and Bama State got it done. So they keep themselves in the hunt. That they putting themselves in position to kind of make this thing interesting at the end.
Yeah,
Do y'all think Bama State can stay in this thing to the end?
they have a good opportunity right now. I mean, the quarterback he growing confidence every game. So yeah, they got a
No
good
sign.
shot. But man, I don't know how long you're gonna be able to play that backyard football until you really run against a good defense that can match your energy, But hey, they got something to play for. They find a way to keep winning, and hey, I guess if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I think I think it's one of the things where
Okay.
Jerome he having problems with his sound, so hopefully we can get it right. But we probably not gonna stay on too much longer. Alcorn defense kept them in the game, honestly, but I think they hit a.
I
Oh, go
can't
ahead.
hear nothing.
It's over, honey. Just come on in. Come on. Just come on in. You done messed up 2 years ago.
I can't hear nothing. I'm still in the show, but I can't hear nothing.
Always put up on my phone.
Mm-mm. I know I'm looking like an old person.
Go out and go back in.
Okay, I'm on. I didn't try that.
What episode?
But let's see. I think we're gonna see what we can get him right. But like I said, we probably not gonna be on too much longer, no way, because it's been a long day, it's been a good day. But um, I'm like I say, man, I'm just happy everybody on this show had a win today, man, because we ain't had I don't think we had a show where everybody team won. So I think that's a good thing, man. We had a show where everybody team won, so I think that's a good thing, man.
There you go. You was working, man.
Hey, you got Jerome? So y'all taking care of my boy over there?
It is. The sound is working.
You good?
Is the sound working?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get some help. I was trying to get some help from the peanut gallery in there.
Well, you good now?
Nah, I can't hear nothing out here.
Hey, big soldier.
Shit.
Yeah,
Man, we gotta help him out, man.
I don't know. I can't do much from Jackson, man.
I know.
Only thing I can say is with this string, y'all, you have to lead the whole. You have to lead the whole.
I still can't hear nothing.
Press the volume on your phone.
You ain't muted over there.
I know. He not muted though.
All the way. It's all the way up.
He not muted.
Okay, so
Let me see something.
I just making sure out because I clicked on.
Just leave it.
Oh, he dropped out. If he come back, we'll get him back. Otherwise, we'll probably just have him pop back in whenever. But like I say, man, it was a good Saturday, man. I think if next week it's like this, we're gonna have a lot more separation, man. So the race starting to shape up on both sides. Like I said, I think Bama State got a chance to get back in it, especially since they do got to play JSU in a couple of weeks. But right now, JSU look like the team to beat in the whole thing.
So the thing about it, say if Bama State was to beat Jackson State, but if FAMU, what's the scenario now? Because if FAMU went out That can knock Bama State out, right? They can eliminate Bama State, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to I think the top. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna see if I because they got it on here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, because I know Bama State has a really good shot, but I think if Bama State does happen to beat Jackson State,
All right, the
a
first.
lot of stuff got to go on.
Yeah, and it's a lot of things that got to break it down. But the first one is head to head between the teams. So everybody will be 1-1 against each other because at that point y'all would have beat FAMU. FAMU beat Bama State, and then Bama State would have beat y'all in that situation. So then you had to go to the record within the division. And again, I think they all would be similar there because they all would have one loss in the division. And then you had to basically go, shit, this shit might come down to,
A corn
let's see,
flip.
the almost, because it be head the third one would be head to head competition versus the teams within the division with the best overall division or non records. Yeah, y'all would have beat everybody other than each other, so that don't work. Overall record against non-division teams, again, that be this shit might come down might come down to a tiebreak, bro. I mean, to a coin flip. It's a mess. I don't. Like I said,
Man,
I
that
think,
would be crazy if it got down to a corn flip and Bama State mess around and win a corn flip.
and I think one of them is combined record versus common non-division opponents. Everybody, I'm trying to think shit, who y'all non-division y'all play? Pine Bluff, Texas Southern, Alcorn.
Man, we Pine Bluffs. Nah, Texas Southern was a conference game.
Yeah, what I'm saying. I say Texas Southern.
Grambling. Yeah, it was Grambling was out of conference. ULM was out of conference. And Southern, so that Southern game didn't count, right?
Yeah. You there, Jerome?
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear now. I can hear.
All right.
Lane out of
I
conference
couldn't
too.
hear.
So basically, what we're doing, man, is we going over this tiebreaker in case Bama State beat JSU. It's a mess. Like I say, so in the West Division, Jackson State played Texas Southern, Pine Bluff, and Alcorn. Y'all beat all three of them. Y'all would have beat all three of them teams in the scenario. FAMU out of the West, y'all play Southern, Texas Southern, and Prairie View.
Prairie View. Yeah.
3-0 in that scenario. Y'all two both play Texas Southern. Bama State non-East Division teams are Grambling, Alcorn, and Prairie View. So that it's still all three of y'all don't have a common team, but the two teams that do have common teams, y'all both will beat them. This shit coming down a coin flip, bro. I think it's coming down a coin flip. I don't know. So I don't know how you avoid it, man. The three-way tie is gonna be ugly, but I think Oh, go ahead.
As a FAMU fan, I don't even want to mention it because it seems like sour grapes, but it's going to end up calling for the best two teams and doing away with the conferences, and that's what it's going to end up doing if it come down to that.
I think that is going to eventually happen like that. But we were saying if it was a three-way tie, and say if Jackson loses to Bama State and FAMU win out, Jack State win the rest of their games with that Bama State law, Bama State went out too. Like that's a scenario. You would have a three-way tie.
Right.
So it would be a coin flip between three schools. So it's a possibility. Say if Bama State and Jack State flipped the coin and Jack State won, and it came out of FAMU, FAMU and Jackson, and then FAMU won the first one. They say like FAMU won the second, best of 2 out of 3. That is a possibility.
What if they do it like
like
the
I say,
old school? Had them jamboree games where they play them one quarter. You
yeah,
remember what they used to do?
everybody play one quarter of football. Everybody play one quarter of football. Hey, we still do jamborees down here, man. we have about we have about eight we have about 8 teams playing in one stadium, man. You get
Right,
like two games worth of football between eight different teams, man.
right.
I always love them, but you know who could solve this problem though?
Who?
Y'all
Valley,
know who? Yeah, Valley.
Valley, Valley,
If Valley
yeah,
could beat one of y'all,
yeah.
if Valley could solve all this.
Valley could beat FAMU and put them out of their misery. You know what I'm saying? Valley could
It,
also
it,
beat Jackson and put them, stir the
exactly.
pot up for them. You
It's all
know,
of the Valley, man. Hey,
yeah.
Coach Wade, man, it's all up to you to avoid a coin flip. Come on, get it done, man.
Just beat your home team, beat your home state rival. Don't come down to Florida with that mess. That's all.
Man,
Yeah, just
that's pretty bad to have Kendrick Wayne got our destiny in his hands. He
yeah.
controls.
Actually,
He's a
actually
bad
before,
stone.
actually before. Actually, before the like this comment said, before the coin flip, the last one is point differential. So y'all y'all beat FAMU by how many? Was it
Hold on,
15?
14, 15.
we beat them. It was about 14, I believe.
Okay. Y'all beat FAMU by 14. Y'all beat Bama State by how many? You know?
Mm, I can't.
I could
FAMU.
yeah,
It was maybe 10, 12,
10.
something, maybe.
So basically for all it for to solve this, Bama State would have to beat Jackson State by like 16 points. So
Well, we
if it
know
come down
that wouldn't happen. You know the way they play.
yeah, they liable to score 14 and win 14-10. They don't win
Yeah,
by
that's what I'm saying.
16.
I
All
don't
right.
know. I hope it. I don't know what to hope for. I done learned to just ride with the SWAC because it's crazy. Every year that I've been involved in this since you got over here, it's been pressure packed. It's been a wild, wild ride every year. So I'm
Yeah,
just here for the ride.
I mean you know what? It really used to not be like this. You would have like in the West, you would always have like Southern and Grambling, and then you throw Prairie View in the mix when Dooley was that early in this time. I'm talking like the late 16, 17, 18 years. And then Alcorn was basically running the East. And, JSU would pop in there, be like a spoiler. But it's so crazy now, man, that even now in the West, it's going to take a lot of work, but it's still teams who still got a shot with 3 losses. So
Yeah.
it can, nothing's settled, man. As much as people want these things to be settled, it's nothing settled. But I do think, like y'all said, at some point, division's gonna go away, unless the balance of power shift, which can happen over time. But right now, I mean, I think for the conference sake, it's probably best to take the best 2 teams anyway. You know what I'm saying? You probably you should end up with a better game, but you never know. Um, but right now, I feel like the West is just playing just to show up.
Well, see what else? I don't know if he was gonna go here or not, but what about NCCU and South Carolina State? What you thought
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
let's talk about that, man. That was I thought South Carolina State was gonna run away with that game,
They
It
but
was
should have.
17-0 for a
yeah,
minute.
it was
Yeah.
17-0, and Central fought back. But I like what Coach Barry doing over there, man. And when you think about it, he doing it with a lot of them Benedict guys. So
Mm-hmm.
for anybody who think we say it all the time. For anybody who think D2 don't got no talent, he got D2 guys leading the MEAC right now. And so I like what they're doing. I won't count Central out yet because the MEAC is crazy, and South Carolina State could drop a game any point. Although they will have to lose twice, but
Mm-hmm.
I've seen MEAC have major ties, so I think they in the front. I think they're in the driver's seat for the Celebration Bowl, though. I definitely do.
Right. And that could be a rematch of JSU and South Carolina State from a previous Celebration Bowl. And if JSU were to somehow stumble, it would be JSU and South Carolina State and FAMU rematch from the earlier game this season.
It's a couple of intriguing. It's a couple of
Unless Bama State
intriguing
win the
matchups.
coin toss.
Yeah, but hey, we gonna throw a monkey wrench in all y'all plans, so y'all don't start celebrating y'all
So let me
chances,
ask you
man.
this, because this is another scenario. So if Southern was to win out, right? Okay, and then if we go by best records, right? Would Southern have a better record than Bama State and FAMU if it was behind
Um,
Jackson?
No.
no, because
Not if FAMU went out.
no, because we 5-4 right now. The best we could do is 8-4 in the regular season, 5-1. I mean 6-1 in conference. I mean 7-1 in conference and 8-4 overall. If FAMU went out, they'd be what 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3.
And
Oh, what
then
about Bama State?
if Bama State went out, they'll be 9-3 too, because they still got their game against Tuskegee left over. So both of them could finish 9-3. So we still wouldn't end up with the better record overall. I see what
Dang.
you're doing though, man. I see you trying to get us the home game. We trying to have a parade on Sunday and not Saturday, but but it ain't gonna work in that situation.
Hey, I'll take going to Baton Rouge to play. As long as if we was in the SWAC championship and we had to travel, I would take it.
Hey,
Just to
hey,
get
at
in
this
there.
point, I don't care as long as we in, and it's still, I seen Southern do some crazy things, so I ain't trying to count no chickens for their hatch. But if we was to find a way to get in, man, I just want to be in. It's like get in and let the chips fall where they may. It's been a rough couple years, man. So I'm interested to see how all this play out, man. These next couple of weeks is gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it is because I kind of feel like I don't know the way I feel like with this MEAC and this SWAC right now. I feel like whoever do win the SWAC, they have a tough task at hand. Whoever come out that MEAC.
Oh yeah, they you gonna get a ball game, man. You know what I'm saying, and you already know what style of football you gonna face. You ain't about to face nothing, nothing finesse at all. So you gonna have to buckle up and be ready to play, and it's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of the MEAC play out too, because you can't sleep on Howard. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing pretty well. Yeah, Norfolk been playing well. They lost today, but they've been playing pretty well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you just never know in that league, man. Teams, a couple years ago when Central was running through everybody, South Carolina State had beat them, and they wasn't even equal teams. You know what I'm saying? So you just,
Mm-hmm.
you never know how this stuff gonna play out. And the same thing in the SWAC, man.
It's a
Anything
lot
can
of
happen.
ball. A lot of
It's yeah,
ball left.
it's still a month of football left basically. So we gonna buckle up and get ready for this whole journey, man. I'm looking forward to the rest of it. I want to give a quick run through the schedule for next week. Well, for this upcoming week, um, Alabama A&M is at Pine Bluff. Bama State is at Grambling. Texas Southern at Alcorn. Bethune at Southern. FAMU at Prairie View, and then Valley at Jackson State. So they got some they got some interesting games there.
Yeah, it really is an interesting schedule. With the upcoming week, I just know Valley. I know Valley gonna definitely get up to play Jackson. They always, I don't know what it is, but it's like it's a different type of Valley when they want to play us. I know they gonna bring their band.
Oh yeah, they always fired up, man. They just I think I think they just measure their season by Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like if they can get y'all, I think they good to go for the rest of the year. But They're gonna come in there ready to play, but there we go.
Yeah,
I
we
see.
coming, Texas. We coming, Texas. We coming. Texas two-step. We coming.
Now I got a question for you now. If
Yeah.
if some kind of way our two teams make it to the championship and we find a way to pull it out, do we get to take that stone back?
I don't know. Y'all, did y'all watch the movie?
Yes, I watch the movie almost. I watch the movie all the time, and we gonna go back in time and take and take those stones.
Hey, I don't know. Jamie trying to take it from me, take the whole gauntlet from me. Who was that? Low J want me to send it in the mail and all that kind of stuff.
Well, hey, he ain't come through. He ain't come through. But Los J said they was gonna score 24 points tonight. They scored 28, but they lost.
Well, but they lost. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they did good. They did good.
And what these attendance numbers? They said it was 34K in the stand for Jack State, and
we had 23.
UAPB. But I don't think that's accurate because when I was looking around the stadium, I know it was more than 32,000 people in there.
Now you know Jackson always been notorious for undercounts, bro.
Yeah. So they got to be undercounting for the attendance. I don't think they're scanning things right.
It was a full house, and they said it was 23,000.
I saw that. I saw that on online. I believe that. That I do believe.
But it wasn't as many people outside. It was a lot of people outside, but it wasn't as many like it has been in the past. And then what they did this game, they opened up the Lawson Center, which is the basketball arena right up the sidewalk from the football stadium, and they sold tickets to view it in there in the air conditioning and stuff. So I don't know if that had.
Dope.
That should have drew a pretty decent crowd in there too.
Hey,
so I don't know if that had something to do with the lack of people standing. Like when the game going on, it wasn't that many people like standing outside. You know what I'm saying? It was still people at them tailgates that didn't come in, but it wasn't like it has been in the past.
Yeah, I mean, you got a chance to, you ain't got a seat, and you got a chance to be in AC. Majority of people gonna take that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They go ahead.
Yeah, because based on ESPN, it said the attendance was 34,932, but Richard said 40-something thousand.
Yeah, I think I saw 40,000 when I was online earlier.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably go with whatever the SWAC attendance by, because I think ESPN got it wrong. It was people coming in there. It was Jack State side was.
I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, all right.
That was at 39, 49, 42 is basically 40K.
You're gonna find me them votes somewhere.
If you round up. if you round up, man. If you round up, that's perfect math.
I need them attendance numbers, damn it.
Hey, you gotta search and find. You gotta search and claw to get every one of them numbers, man. Every one of them people are important. They all count, and ain't no one body more important than the other one. They all count.
I just know one thing: if I ever see Valley attendance at 30,000, I know somebody lying.
Now I'm gonna say this about Valley, man, because a couple years ago I did a dive into they attendance numbers. They hold I think they say they hold like 10,000.
Yeah, I think 10,000. I know.
Every game that was 8,500 to 10,000 was all JSU. Even if they had played somebody else for homecoming, it still wouldn't. It barely would be
maxed out.
No, it always was maxed out when Jackson come to town. So they, like I say, Jackson is their homecoming, whether it's homecoming or not, is their Super Bowl. Is it's everything that they want. So
Dang.
they just get up for that game for whatever reason, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if they still do, but that was back in the day. They did
Yeah,
have an attendance
they
record back in.
probably did break. They probably did break their record. I think in the '80s they did. I think it was like
I'm a,
60.
I,
I
I'm
know it was over 60K.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the 1990s, 95, 97, 99 Southern JSU games. I know when them games had to break that number, bro, because they used to have people. They used to tell people to scoot closer together so other people can sit down. That bet used to be crazy packed, man. I'd be like, people be sitting on the styles. It used to be nutty, man. But
I don't know if I could. I don't know what I would do with 60,000 people because that means everybody had to scoot down and sit together like sardines to get 60 some
that, bro,
thousand, 60 some
that's
thousand.
how it used to be, man. Like they used to come on the PA system and be like, we need everybody to slide closer so we can get more people in there. You're like, Jesus Christ, man. We're gonna sit on each other's laps, man. Like, I'm good right here. But
3
Mm-hmm.
I
people in the school bus seat.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you get on the bus late, it's like you gotta get in where you fit in. But
Yeah. Like Emo said, it is less seating because they did remove some seats out of the Vic.
yeah,
Man,
so
hey man, I'm about to check it on out, guys. I'll
yeah,
see
I
y'all
think
later on this week.
we about to. I know I'm about to do the same, man. It's been a long day. I'm about to
Yeah,
go ahead and lay it down, but I appreciate y'all being on this long, man. I really didn't plan on being on over an hour. I thought we'd do like 30 minutes, but you know how they go. So I thank y'all for coming out, man. And I thank Jerome for stopping through. I know you out there, you know what I'm saying, in Tallahassee, so I know you're busy. I appreciate you
it's
taking the
been
time with
fun,
us,
man.
man. I
It's
appreciate
been
you taking the
fun. I'm
time
glad
with us.
y'all let me get on.
Oh man, it's all good.
I
It's all
appreciate it.
good.
Emo said
And
crowd kicking in on Jerome.
What do you say?
he said that
What?
crown
The
kicking in on
crowd
you. You
kicking
ain't
in
working
hard.
no more. You ain't.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's about
I
that
could tell
time.
when everybody get a little slow mo. You know what I'm saying?
It's about that time, kid.
But yeah, we about to go ahead and shut this thing on down, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us.
All right.
I don't know. Like I said, we'll figure out what we do next, but we will be back Thursday. So y'all keep it
Yeah.
locked here, and we'll catch y'all next week.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
All right, y'all.